So it is day one of my maternity leave. I am due on the 28th of May and it is the 16th of May. So I decided that I would start a day early. I was supposed to start on the 19th, but then I was just like dying all week and just tired, and the tiredness is so unpredictable. So I've woken up, I have hung a wash on the line, which is something I hate doing. I have I'm doing this skincare thing for a brand that I'm working with, so I've done that. How does it look? Who knows? Only started yesterday, so hopefully there are some results, but the whole idea is to brighten up my skin and make it look a little bit more youthful. I don't think I rubbed it in properly and I've still got cream on my eyebrow. Good. Other than that, I'm just about to make breakfast. I've treated myself to bacon on toast, which is something I don't have a lot. I'm not a big bacon fan anyway, but we had bacon for dinner last night and I thought I'd save some rashers for breakfast. I'm just gonna, so although I am on maternity leave, I do have like 5 emails left to read, and then I'm gonna set my maternity email settings on and then go to the gym. I've got a strength and conditioning class booked at 9:30, which I'm really looking forward to because it's one of my favourite trainers. And I don't usually get to go to his class because it's a Friday morning and usually I'm super busy on a Friday with work. So it's a lovely time, a lovely day to start maternity. And also, look at the sky. Don't know if you can tell. Adjust. Well, it's pretty, there we go. Pretty sunny out there. And blue skies. And that's all I could ask. And yeah, and then all I have planned for today is a walk with a friend who is back from Italy for a day, and then I am gonna just see where the day takes me. Let my first full week of maternity leave commence. So we've started the morning off very lazily. It's Monday morning, the 19th of May, and I woke up about an hour ago, but I've been in bed just chilling, watching silly things on my phone, doing emails, just catching up. Also looking at recipes. I feel in the mood to make some sort of snack. So I'm going to be making the egg biscuit things that I've been seeing all over social media this morning, and then I've got a pregnancy massage booked in at home for 10:30, so I'm looking forward to that. And then my plan is to just chill for the rest of the day and walk the dog, maybe go to the gym, see how I feel, but the goal is to try and relax as much as possible. Last night I had 45 minutes of back cramps. Like they felt kind of like contraction-y type things in my lower back, and I had that alongside with massive pelvic pressure. So we will see how we get on with the day, but I'm excited. I feel a lot more calm today than I did on Friday when I first started maternity leave, just because I think I've had a few days to unwind and not be so anxious and worried about work and where I've left it and stuff like that. I do still have to work. Like I've limited myself to 15 minutes a day, so we'll see how well that works, just to check my emails and do the bare minimum, because I shouldn't be working, but I run a business, so I've got to. So I found out that I have to focus on drinking Manuka honey and hot water for my acid reflux recovery. My digestive system is really inflamed at the moment, so I'm just doing anything to recover. It says it could take about 3 days since my gallbladder flare up, so that's what I'm having. But it's also said to stay away from things like peppermint, which I didn't know, so luckily I did have some Manuka honey in the cupboard.
Ready?
You're so cute, Biggie. This is absolute chaos. the last time I'll be able to spend mornings doing this with you for a while. Why didn't you get it? So I've woken up and really craved Greek yogurt with fruit and honey. The only thing it's missing is granola, and we don't really have granola because I don't eat it that much, but let's bring on the day. So I am repotting this houseplant into a much bigger pot just because it is way overgrown and the leaves you can see are looking a bit sad. I've had to pull off about 7 to 10 yellow leaves in the last 2 days, so that is what I'm doing now. So for this kind of month for the maternity diaries, I'm not going to go into too much detail just because I will be sharing all the information in more detail on my building up to giving birth video. But just to summarise, I have been in hospital for the last few days, in and out. I stayed the night, not last night, the night before. Basically my gallstones had flared up, and as a result I was had to call the paramedics. The paramedics took me to the hospital. They put me on all the drugs. So I had oral morphine, some relaxant type thing for my digestive system, anti-sickness, and an IV paracetamol. I think maybe one more thing. So that was the only way to basically stop the flare up. I stayed there for 2 full days, 1 night. And I'm just praying that we don't have to go back to hospital, we don't have any more flare-ups. If I do, then we're going to really have to reconsider having a home birth. And yeah, and I really, really want to continue to have a home birth. So we will see how the gallstones affect my ability to have the dream birth that I would really like. But so far so good. We're back on track, and my goal is now to just completely relax and look after myself. And people do say, like, relax, look after yourself, and you're like, yeah, I'll do that. And you just get on with your daily life. But now, since I've had this like really traumatic experience, I'm going to be a lot stricter on myself and just not put any pressure on myself to do anything. So I am just on a walk. I have managed to do a lot today. It's the 22nd of May and I am due in 7 days officially from the NHS, but my dates are closer than that. Mine's 4 days, and no sign of baby yet. But I do feel like my belly has dropped since being at the gym, and whilst I was at the gym I thought my waters are broken, but I think I just wet myself whilst I was on the rowing machine, because once I'd checked I was like, okay, I'll check again in half an hour, but there was no change to the water, so I'm pretty sure it was just a little bit of wee-wee. And then, yeah, so it's been full on. I have managed to collect some more medication for my gallstone management. That's something I'm extremely worried about. But since getting the medication and like creating this little gallstone recovery pack, I feel a lot more confident. I've had a lot of anxiety over the last 48 hours about it. I haven't been able to sleep. I woke up today at 3:30, went downstairs, watched some TV, then went back to bed at 6, then woke up at 9:30. So yeah, and I'm one of those people that really tries to get to sleep despite being awake, so I think I was probably trying for about 45 minutes before I went downstairs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I've done a bit of a food shop, bought way more than I expected to, and my plan now is to finish off my walk and then go home and clean and tidy the house, because it is a bit of a mess. I've kind of come in, put all the fridge stuff from the food shop in the fridge and the freezer, but then left everything else out. So tidy up, dust a bit, vacuum, mop, and then completely relax for the rest of the day. Maybe do some stretching whilst I watch TV, do some meditation. I've been doing a lot of meditation recently to just help with inducing some relaxation for labour, but also just a bit of that hypnobirthing, that good hypnobirthing. So I have just picked up this Tommy Tippy portable steriliser and my prescriptions from the hospital, and I'm just getting home to basically unload my food shop. It's the 25th of May and it is nearly, what, 2 p.m, 3 p.m, can't remember. But what I have been doing today, it's a Sunday, so it's very quiet, there's not a lot going on. We have been to the gym, had a breakfast, I had jacket potato for lunch, and we've been for a long dog walk, and now we're on our way home, and I'm going to probably just sit down and watch TV for a bit because my lower back and pelvic area is so heavy right now. There's a lot of pressure. And something else I wanted to quickly mention that I've experienced more recently while I walk is this sensation that you really need a poo. So that's something that is a little bit confusing because it makes you feel like you need to go to the loo, but you don't actually need to go to the loo. But one of those funny symptoms of late pregnancy. So I've just got back from a walk and I'm gonna make myself a smoothie and just relax for a bit. I'm obsessed with strawberries in the last trimester. I just go through them. I go through the big packs as well. I'll show you these big packs, and I don't end up throwing any away because I go through them so quickly, which is a relief because I hate wasting fruit and veg. But yeah, and then I'm gonna just watch. I'm watching oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's got a rubbish name, but it's Amanda Seyfried and it's on Channel 4, and it's about her being a police officer in a part of, I want to say, New York that is surrounded by prostitution and drugs and stuff like that. So I'm only episode 1. I've only got 1 episode in, so I'm waiting to figure out what's going to go on. But it's gripped me so far. So I'm going to wash these and then add some protein and some oat milk. I've also just got a new order of 12 of these. I always bulk buy them because they work out as £1.50 something per carton, which makes such a difference because if you buy them separately, they're so expensive, they're over £2. But they're not always that cheap, so you have to wait for when they've got like a limited deal and then buy them then. I used to subscribe, but the subscription just isn't working out. Like I'm going through them or I'm getting too much at a time and I'm not balancing it properly since I've been off and stuff like that. So 100% would recommend looking at Amazon for the bulk buys. And also the reason I have this one, which I've said in another video, is because this one doesn't have rapeseed in. It's a lot less, there's a lot less chemicals, so that's why I have this one now instead of the Oatly barista milk. Oh. And I don't always add ice, but I'm going to add ice to this because I've just got the milk out of the garage and it's not cold. So this is definitely much nicer when it's cold. We look horrendous. So today is our official NHS due date, the 28th of May, and we thought that we might have a baby last night because we were touching my tummy and the baby had really dropped, so there was this like wobbly soft part at the top of my tummy, but there is no baby. It is about 7:30 a.m. on the 28th of May, so hopefully by 7:30 a.m. on the 29th of May we have a baby. But I'm getting to that point where I'm really impatient and just really want to have a baby. And also just because we can't make any plans, it's really hard. We are struggling with like day to day. So Sam's obviously working still because he wants to make the most of his paternity leave, but we also just don't have routine. Like, I mean, I'd start my day with a routine. I have breakfast, either go to the gym or to take the dog for a walk, or take a dog for a walk, then go to the gym, and then for the rest of the day I'd get on with like things, but there's no like real plan. So like yesterday I went through and sorted all my jewellery out, put some different earrings in, just my sleepers, and then made dinner and watched TV, and that was pretty much all we did in the afternoon. I mean, you're surprised to like how long these things take because it does absorb your day, but you're not sat there thinking like, what can I do next? But at the same time, it's like you want to go and do things, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to have any energy, because usually past 2:30?
For what?
Like for my tiredness?
Yeah.
About 2:30. Like some days I am so tired, like I can't do anything. Like I have to literally go to bed and sleep it off. But then yesterday I was fine, wasn't I? I didn't have any tiredness. Even like at 9:30 p.m. I was super alert, super awake, which is very unusual considering the last week I've been super tired in the evening. So that's pretty much kind of where we're at with our day-to-day routine. Nothing really exciting is happening. My mum is here just waiting because she is going to be there for the birth, obviously having a home birth. So Sam and my mum, I've requested to be present for that and to help me through it. But it's been nice having my mum around because she gave me a little pedicure yesterday. So she cut my toenails and like gave me a little foot massage and like sorted my cuticles out, which is really nice because I can't reach. And I'd really encourage that if you have a good relationship with your mum and you are close to birth, because I'm sure it's doing good things for your oxytocin. And it also just makes you feel better. Like my hair doesn't look great right now, but I like to put a hair mask in yesterday and just did a little bit of a pamper. I mean, I always moisturise and do all of that, but all of those things make such a difference in the long term, I think, and you just feel more ready to, like, if you were to go into labour, you feel clean and tidy and a bit more prepared and not grotty and all of those things. And I think that will make a difference to when I start to feel contractions and to go into labour. And then after labour, and after having a baby, you don't have to think about it for a while. So I guess the plan is today, I didn't plan on going to the gym today because I thought I might have a baby by now, but I might go and see if there's any spaces on a class and just jump into a class and do that. Other than that, I'll just potter, maybe clean the bathroom, but the sky looks blue, and sit outside. What have you got planned? You got work?
Yeah. See if I can go to the gym at some point.
Trying to look to see if my belly's dropped. It feels like it's dropped. Looks like it's further down. Look at my dusty mirror. So this was the plant that we were repotting, but it's in a bit of distress because the day that I repotted it, I went into hospital and it was left outside for 2 days. So it's got like temperature distress. All right, Mr. Noisy. But you can see here it's like recovering, but it's very slow. It's starting to lift. But we talk to it every day. So good morning, Mr. Plant. Come on, you can do it. So I've made these naan pizzas
Okay.
for my lunch, and my mum is making salad.
Think you know something we don't know.
Maybe. So it's the 29th of May and I am 40 plus 1, hoping that I would have a baby by now, but I do not. So my mum's still here because we're obviously waiting. She's going to be one of my birth partners, so she's made us some lovely soup. I'll show you. Some sweet potato. I know there's loads of other yummy things in there, but we've just spent the morning basically like sorting the garage out and just doing a little bit of nesting, making space, and after lunch we are going to head to Tunbridge Wells to do a little bit of shopping and walk the dog. It is the 31st of May and still no sign of the baby. I'm super bored. Nobody really prepares you for how disheartening it can be when you miss your due date. I think people talk about it, but it isn't comparable until you actually experience it. Especially because every day is now very samey. I have had symptoms like cramping, backache, fatigue, everything you can think of except for contraction starting. And because I can't really like go far from home, it's really tough to like make plans. I'm also just tired and that's really unpredictable, so I could be out feeling energetic when I leave, and then as soon as I get there I'll just be like, nope, I need to go home. And all of those really just frustrating things. So anyway, I'm 3 days overdue. I'm really worried about whether I will be needing an induction to have the baby, because you can't have a home birth and an induction in my trust, in my local trust. It's just their policy. I can obviously wait until 42 weeks, which is fine, and I am happy to do that, but I don't want to get to that point where I have to really consider an induction, and that's something that's stressing me out deeply. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. It's about 3 p.m. It's lovely and hot. I've been sat outside looking at new fridge freezers unsuccessfully, but I'm probably going to try and go for a little walk in the evening when it's a bit cooler with the dog, just to get moving and try and help with labour progression. I'm 40 plus 5 and no baby yet. So I've just woken up, well, been in bed for a bit. It's a beautiful blue sky day. I'm feeling a bit motivated today, so I'm going to be doing some things around the house. Oh God, I look dreadful today. I don't know what that's about. Like, I've got to sort out a rug that we've collected. I'm going to do like an hour and a half of work. I'm going to walk the dog and I'm going to go to the gym. And that is my plan for today. My dog is wanting to go out for a wee wee, so I'm going to let him do that. But yeah, so that is the plan. When the weather's like this, it does motivate me to do more. But I'm just hoping that my bloody baby wants to come out today and that I start labour. So we'll see. So I actually just had some more motivation to make our lunch. So this is the bulgur wheat Middle Eastern dish, and I'm just waiting for this to finish cooking. Looks yummy, it smells delicious, and that is what I'm going to be having for my lunch.
In what way even he and Virginia have more in common?
Maybe there's nothing underneath the scratch there.
Right, got it. Time.
Right, but I'm not going to put that in until it's filling up.
Biggie, what's going on? We're about to have a baby. Are we? Pre-baby birth dinner, some homemade noodles. Yummy, yummy. So my contraction started yesterday at 2:30 p.m. and it's currently 8 a.m. the following day. I've been averaging about between 6 and 8 per hour. I'm really lucky because I've just got a good night's sleep. I mean, it was broken, but it was fine, like, considering. So I'm just about to eat breakfast. I'm really hungry. I'm having some Weetabix for breakfast, and I am having a chamomile tea with some honey and some more water. And then I think I'm going to walk to the pharmacy to get a thermometer to just check and monitor myself, because we don't know if my waters broke yesterday, and they don't really like to leave waters broken for longer than 24 hours. So they've suggested an induction, but I've declined. Another issue we had was, you can't see me if I face that way. Another issue that we had was yesterday they suspended the home birth team, so there were no midwives available, and that was a point of tension amongst my family, because I was willing to not have midwife present and just have a home birth without one. So yeah, but I'm really hoping that they reopen the home birth service today. We'll find out between 9 and 10. Just for peace of mind as well. They know that I'm here and that I'm waiting, and that I'm in the process of, well, I'm in early labour. And then also it's Emily. So Emily is our actual midwife. So she is the person who will be coming to our house if we manage to get her. So I'm feeling very hopeful, and I'm really hoping that things start to ramp up around 10 to 11, so that we can just get Emily here and get this show on the road. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Breakfast on the day I think I'm going to go into labour. Just had my bloody show, so fingers crossed. So we have just had a call from a midwife to confirm that home births are on today, which is great news because Sam has been extremely stressed about whether or not he has to birth the baby without the support of a professional. But that's great news. We're not sure whether my waters broke yesterday or not, but if they have, then I basically classify as high risk because it's been over 24 hours. But I don't know if they have. I just don't think the water was enough. It was probably just cervical leakage or something like that. But I think the midwife's going to come to us and just do a little check and see how we're doing. But I've just had a bit of a burst of energy, so we're walking to Waitrose to go and get some food, and just go from there really. But we will see. My contractions are about, I don't know, average 12 minutes apart still. I've had a bit of a quiet gap recently, and the intensity's dropped a bit, so yeah. Midwife Emily has just been and gone, and she did the heart rate, my blood pressure, she checked all of the things, and I think part of her being here was just to also make the hospital aware that I'm okay and safe and there's nothing to worry about, because I think they were worried that if yesterday my waters did break, then I'd be at a risk of infection. But I think as a whole everyone's convinced there weren't my waters, which is good. But now it's just about getting the contractions going and getting this baby out. This is what my mum lovingly made for me. some jacket potato with beans and cheese.
What's going on, Rosie?
I'm doing my steps, my fake curb walking at home. Trying to get this baby moving. The contracture timer is saying that we've got 6 every hour, but we need it to be 12. So let's see how it goes. Press play. That looks delicious. Did you add cheese to it, or was it already? Oh, yummy.
There you go.
What are you doing, Sam?
What?
What are you doing? Why?
All out
Biggie wants to join in. Oh, you're so strong. Biggie.
Enough.
I can't when Biggie's doing that. Come on, baby. June. 41 plus 4. Still no baby. I had much more intense contractions last night and much more regular, and this morning I've woken up and they're every 20 minutes. So I'm hoping they either stay at 20 minutes or they get closer together. But I was feeling really low and I've had a lot of crying. I've been very teary this morning, just feeling very fed up, low, frustrated. Spoken to the midwives. They called me last night at about 9:30 p.m. asking me to come in to be monitored, and have also talked about induction. Then I just had a call from, and then we called them back this morning just explaining the situation, asking for a sweep, but they said because we can't tell whether your waters are broken or not, we can't offer you a sweep until you come in and be monitored, which I don't really want to go into hospital and be monitored because it's going to affect my oxytocin, it's going to increase my stress levels, and I don't know how long I'm going to be there. And imagine if I'm like being monitored and I go into active labour, the last thing I'm going to want to do is go in a car back home, and they're just going to encourage me to stay in the hospital. So I decided against going in this morning, although I was very close to making that decision to go in. I've just had a call from a really lovely midwife who has been so really settling, actually, having a conversation with her. And she just said, just keep them updated. The home birth service is available and running today and tonight, so that's great. And we'll just go from there. But I'm really hoping that I transition into active labour today. And just keeping ourselves busy. We're just on a walk. We've been walking for about 30 minutes. And then I think we'll decide what we do when we get back home, talk to my mum. But I'm starting to feel a little bit more positive now I've been out, now I've had that conversation with the midwife. But before, nobody really prepares you for how frustrating this is. And like every morning waking up without baby and expecting, like I was convinced I was going to have the baby by yesterday, which is the 7th of June, which is 41 plus 3, because of the amount of contractions I was having and because of my physiological response. But it's so unpredictable. I was having consistent contractions every 8 minutes on Friday for a whole day, and now they're way more sporadic, less intense. It's a really confusing time. So that's it, we made it. I'm officially a first time mum, and this is my beautiful baby. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you've enjoyed the
process to get to this stage. I will be releasing more information about the birth and why and how I didn't get the birth I wanted, so please keep an eye out for that. But other than that, it's been a long time coming. I was well overdue, and it was all worth the confusion, exhaustion, pain, suffering, and difficult decisions that we had to make.